Here's my audience. Hi, my name is Joshua Geiger. I'm a senior horticulture student at Texas Tech University and an adamant researcher of diet and planetary sustainability with over 5 years of research in these fields. Today I'd like to explore a little bit about how dietary choice affects our health and the planet and why it is essential for the survival of the human race to adopt a plant-based diet as soon as possible. In this speech, I reach out to each of you from my heart in hopes to move and inspire you to share my overwhelming concern for the well-being of our children and grandchildren, our fellow creatures, and for the earth itself. Earth is a living organism. The water is its blood, the soil its body, and the trees its lungs. We, along with every living creature here, are cells within this living body. Our lifestyle choices determine whether we establish a parasitic or symbiotic relationship with our planet. It's a well-known fact that the species that have developed symbiotic relationships with their environment survive the longest. According to Maria Newman, a prominent biologist at the University of Turin, Italy, some organisms, such as mycorrhizal fungi, have existed in symbiosis with plants for at least 500 million years. On the other hand, the fate of the parasite is certain. It steals energy from its host until it's either purged or it kills its host and dies. So the question is, are we the human species parasitic to or symbiotic with our planet? Well, here's a rule of thumb. If it's not sustainable, it's not symbiotic. And the food production systems in place are far from sustainable. The truth is that our planet is in a state of crisis. Our oceans are on the verge of collapse from overfishing. Our atmosphere is ill with pollution. The majority of our forests have been slashed. And our soils have been left for dead and washed to sea by traditional agriculture, particularly by animal food production systems. And our demand for resources is only growing. So let's see why animal food production is unsustainable and why food production is the most sustainable alternative. According to a report issued in 2008 from the UN Food and Agriculture Organization, we raise and kill 70 billion animals per year to eat. That number again, 70 billion. Each animal requires water, food, land space to produce, along with fossil fuels for agriculture and transportation. Animal food production on this larger scale is devastating to the atmosphere. In a statement issued in 2006 by the UN Food and Agriculture Organization, it is revealed that the greatest contributor to global warming is the raising of livestock, producing 18% of all greenhouse gas emissions. On the other hand, global transportation accounts for 14% of all greenhouse gas emissions. This means that by choosing a plant-based diet, we can eliminate the main cause of global warming. Animal food production is also devastating for our land. According to Sergio Margulis in his article on rainforest deforestation for the World Bank 2004, 70% of our rainforests have been slashed and burned in order to raise livestock. Since rainforests take millions of tons of CO2 out of our atmosphere and store it in the soil, deforestation directly exacerbates global warming. Plant food production systems require a fraction of this land for comparable productivity. As stated in Dr. Oppenlander's book, Comfortably Unaware, 1 acre of land, if used for vegetable, produces 10 to 15 times more protein than if devoted to meat production. So the adoption of a plant-based diet would drastically reduce our land needs. How about our oceans? The UN Food and Agriculture Organization estimates that 70% of the world's fish species are either fully exploited or depleted. It is also stated that fishing rates and amounts are 3 times that considered to be sustainable. If we destroy our oceans, the effects on the rest of the planet will be catastrophic. Now, while we're on the topic of water, let's briefly look at water inputs for animal food and plant food production systems. According to Dr. Pimentel in his article for the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2003, pound for pound, meat production uses 200 to 500 times the amount of water needed for vegetable production. At current rates of animal production, over half of our fresh water is being given to livestock. That means that the majority of our fresh water goes to animals. So with these facts in mind, it is clear that animal food production is one of the greatest contributors to global degradation. By adopting a plant-based diet, we can eliminate the main causes of global warming, restore our oceans and forests, and preserve this floating oasis for generations to come. Now, some may be thinking, well, yeah, that's all concerning, but humans are naturally carnivores, and meat is necessary for our health. Well, I'm here to inform you that the most current archaeological and nutritional research says the exact opposite. World-renowned anthropologist from Dartmouth College, Nathaniel Dominy, PhD, says that a majority of calories for most hunter-gatherer societies came from plant foods, not animal foods. Thus, humans might be more appropriately described as starchivores. This is gleaned from Dr. John McDougall's book, The Starch Solution. And as for health, current research strongly suggests that the consumption of animal products is the main cause of heart disease, diabetes, autoimmune diseases, and many cancers. This was found to be true in the most comprehensive nutritional study ever conducted, the China Cornell Oxford study led by T. Colin Campbell from 1983 to 2003. Campbell says that science has found the whole foods plant-based diet to be consistent with the greatest health and lowest incidence of heart disease, cancer, obesity, and many other Western diseases. So it is clear that by eating a plant-based diet, you can improve your health and increase your odds of living to a ripe old age while avoiding the painful degradation of disease. Now let's bring this all together. In this speech, I have provided solid scientific evidence that animal food production and consumption is unsustainable and unhealthy, and that adopting a plant-based diet is the most sustainable alternative. It is here that I strongly encourage you to make the decision to adopt a plant-based diet for your health, for your children and grandchildren, and for our beautiful planet Earth. Those who make this shift uphold their social responsibility for today and tomorrow. May you all find sustainable health and prosperity. Thank you.
Yay! Thank y'all.